Alright, so we've made the journey across from WA to Sydney, obviously for the 4-wheel drive show. Now, it was quite a long drive across here, so I've popped into all 4x4 spares here in Newcastle to have a little bit of a check over it. So the mechanics here, they specialise in 4-wheel drive servicing and parts. So leave it to the experts, because I tell you what, I want to make sure that this car is in perfect condition before I commit to a 2,000 kilometre journey back home.
Now, all 4x4 spares was recommended to me by some local fans in New South Wales. So these guys are located in Newcastle, just north of Sydney.
Alright, so we've got the Patrol in now, we've got it up on the hoist now. We've got Adam, one of the workshop mechanics, in here. So we're going to get stuck into the Patrol, go through everything pretty much that they do when they sort of go over a car that comes in. And if there's any issues, we can definitely have a look and get it all sorted. Alright Adam, here we go, we're up on the hoist. What are we looking at when we get in a service here? What's the process? What are you going to start with first?
Basically we just have a look at the fluids,
Yep.
test the batteries, and then check if there's any leaks up on top.
Yep.
Then lift it up and carry on with the service. So today we're starting to work on Sam's car. Definitely highly modified. Yeah, we'll be doing an oil change and also a full check over of the vehicle.
Alright, so first things first, obviously, good old oil change. You have to do that whenever a service happens. It's the main thing that you do in a motor, of course. Now, I have a specific oil that I use, so if any customer comes in, obviously they will keep in line with that. Some people are a bit anal about what oil they use, especially me. So they've got the Penrite range that can do many different types of oils for whatever you want to use. So I always use the 1050, so they've got it on the shelf, we'll get it straight in there. All right, Adam, I might leave you to it. I'll go, I think you've got an awesome facility here. I might go for a bit of a walk and check out what you got here.
No worries.
Come back and have a look and see what we're up to.
No worries.
All right, dude. Leighton, there's the man. How you going?
How are you, man?
I've left the Patrol in the capable hands of Adam.
Yep.
So we can go for a walk around the shop. You want to show us
Fantastic,
around?
mate. I'll come around, we'll get into it.
Let's do it.
So here at All 4x4 Spares, we're actually a one-stop service centre and parts supply for pretty much anything you want to do on your 4-wheel drive. We've got a massive range of new parts, a massive range of used parts available, plus links to other dismantlers, and we have on site a full service centre, machine shop and accessory bay. So we can do everything, so supply your parts, fit them and get you back out in the trails all ready to go.
Now this is a showroom. What do we got here? Okay.
Inside through here, we've got a customer refuel lounge, so every customers can come in, grab a seat, got a coffee machine, TV, nice view out through the window. So if everyone needs to wait for their job or wait for some parts to come in, nice and comfortable, mate. We've got our nice little V8 coffee tables in there too.
I did notice them. That's pretty true.
Very cool,
There's so much detail in here. Like, honestly, I walked in here and it didn't look like a mechanic's. Like, it's absolutely like spotless, this place. I must say, I'm absolutely blown away by the presentation and the sheer scale of the facility here. Like, it's a workshop. This is a mechanic's workshop, but I walked in and it looked like a showroom for all the 4-wheel drive accessories.
So you come over here, this is our train tamer drive-on section here.
Yep.
As you can see, we've got our train tamer parts here. This is all our drive-on gear, so the diff overhaul kits.
Listen to that.
That's a 1VD engine.
Did you press a button?
That's motion sensor.
Motion sensor. Would you look at that?
This is one of our front cuts with our dismantling section. We have
Someone's driven through the building.
pretty much what I would think.
I do like the way that you've kind of put it all on a car rather than just bits on the wall. It's like shown on the vehicle.
You can actually get an idea what it looks like, how it's going to sit, and what you get the look in your head you want. You can come in and actually physically get the idea what's going on with it. When we come up to here, all our interactive walls. Probably
cover your eyes.
Yeah.
Everything's hooked up, is it?
All hooked up, and the firelights, got the inverter in there. So the whole lot's all wired up, run through there, so you can come in, test them all out.
Get those ones. There we go.
There's a couple that have been sold at the moment.
Obviously, But I've told even these light up.
They do.
Someone's put a lot of thought into this.
That was my late night work one night.
That's awesome.
So,
like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, we can have a dance party if we want. The owner of our business, Peter Haylock, has started All 4x4 as a group about 35 years ago.
Yeah, take us through the history actually. What year did you guys
Right, yeah, so it was over 35 years ago. A gentleman by the name of Peter Haylock, who's the group owner. Massive mad Land Rover fan. He's actually Welsh, came to Australia when he was 18 and never lost the love of Land Rovers. He was a travelling salesman at the time. He used to drive past all Land Rovers in paddocks and barns and that, and just kept buying bits and pieces of them and store them under his house. Then friends of his that like Land Rovers would come over and buy them, and we just kept building and building and building. And then we started from, was under his house for a while, rebuilding gearboxes.
Yep.
And he bought a little shed, then bought a bigger shed, then bought a bigger shed, and then we wound up where we are here. We've got half the street here and a massive site over at Kotara for our dismantling.
All 4x4 Spares have not only created a business around the mechanic side of things, they've also capitalised on the online market with 4x4 spare parts and sales.
We'll run out the back, see what's going on.
Let's go for a wander, mate. Sam, so welcome to be behind the scenes. This is our dispatch section here.
Yep.
So goods in and out, and with our site over at Cardiff, we have all our gear down there that comes in and out, and daily multiple runs in and out from there. Our new parts centre has a massive parts listing on stock, so we send international freight all the way around the world, plus all the way through, so we can go from Broadmeadow over to Bombay in India, not a drama at all. Our product range is also augmented by the fact that we can order in from international orders, so those little hard to get parts or little nitty gritty parts that no one else can find, let us know, give us a call, we'll track them down for you and organise to get them out to you no matter where you are.
So this is where the new part, so obviously you've got a massive online presence with the store, so people can put an order in and then it just gets shipped out.
It gets picked out from the warehouse, which is multi-story right across there.
Yep.
Millions and millions of items of stock in there.
So a lot of it's stocked right here, right now, isn't it?
We do our best to carry as much as possible in stock and get it out to you basically soon. Maybe we click the order, we race around and try and get it out to you that day or next day, depending on the time. This is our Gearbox shop. We have the dedicated techs on staff all the time. Yep. So same thing, they'll be both building gearboxes for the workshop and also for exchange program to go back out the retail and trade side of things. Cut through, we've moved back into our service and repair workshop. Yep. Where we do all our repairs, accessory fitting. We'll pretty much
There's a lot of forward drives here right now.
Yeah, it's pretty busy. We take on pretty much any job, anything from changing wiper blades to rebuild your rear diff, anything in between. So as far as sort of work and that, we don't really shy away from doing anything that's around.
Yep. But I do like that they are all forward drive. It's not, you don't get the Commodores in it, you specialise in the forward drive stuff. Yeah. All right, Adam, how are we looking? I've had the grand tour.
Yes.
How's the update on this beast?
It's not too bad actually. The only thing I did notice was your transfer case oil was very dirty.
I did mention that to you, didn't I? I said it hadn't been changed in a while. Have we got a bit there? Does it? Yeah. Let's have a look. Can't say I'm too surprised because I hadn't changed the thing since I owned it. So my mistake. I was always had the plan to like change those ratios inside that transfer case yonks ago. So I thought might as well change the oil when I do that, but never got around to it. And this is what happened. So I'm pretty glad that they found that and obviously changed it. So it's all sorted and all good now. Holy, it looks like Coke in a Coke bottle. There you go. It shouldn't look like that. What should it look like? It's gonna have a bit of discoloration after a bit of use, but that's getting to the milky side, getting a bit.
It's pretty much a red oil. Yeah. Or what we use. Red oil.
And that's turned black.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, we've got that sorted, obviously. So it's things like that that you know, you want to keep on top of, I guess. Otherwise, it's going to cause excess wear and etc. So
oil's cheaper than replacing parts.
Yeah.
So,
All right. What else are we looking at the moment? The wheels are off.
Yeah, front wheels are off. I was just checking the front brakes.
Is there a requirement that you have for thickness of rotors before
there is a minimum thickness.
Yeah. So there's still a bit left in that though.
Yeah. You only really worry about that when it needs pads. Yeah.
Or they can warp as well, can't they? Yeah. You start getting a bit of shudder.
Especially if you heat them up and you go in the water.
Yep.
They'll start to
warp. Okay. Well, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Yep. No worries.
All right. They're good. They're good. Keep them on there. Oh, can this one go back on?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a hand. Got to do something around here. All right, so we've pretty much done the front end. Oil change has been finished. We've done the front end, the brakes, the diffs have been checked, the rear diff's been checked, done the rear brakes, all the steering joints as well. And now we're just gonna have a look at that gearbox. So it had been causing dramas for a few weeks, well not a few weeks, like the whole drive over here, whenever it was cold in the morning, it was making this weird sucking, cavitating sort of sound. Now, the whole setup of the thing, the way it's sitting, I could never get an accurate level of how much oil was in there once I'd changed the filter before we left. So now that we've got it up on the hoist, I think it's a good chance to get that sitting flat so we can get a proper look at how much fluid is actually in there. We'll maybe get the pan off, but really just going to set the level first, and if that's an obvious issue, then we can look at pulling the pan off and seeing what's going on inside there. So I'm going to lift up the rear diff and get it so the pan on the gearbox is flat, so then we can undo the fill plug, which is kind of a drain plug in a way, and it should just run out to the level it needs to be. So if I'd done this at home on the driveway, then it would be a false reading because of the way it's sitting. So hopefully this is part of the problem. Well, you guessed it, it was underfilled. So nothing came out of the bung the first time. So by chucking another litre in there, we can make sure that there is enough oil in there to set the level properly. And then on top of that, we're gonna add another litre so we can make sure that it's not gonna suck air when we go up to like an uphill section. Obviously being in four-wheel drive, we go up steep terrain, and that's when you wanna make sure there's a little bit extra in there so it's never gonna starve of oil. Why would you get rid of a dipstick? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I wasn't aware of this before I came here, but now that I've rocked up and they've let me know that they've got this fancy machine behind me, so it's a brake bias as well as a bit of a weighbridge for the four-wheel drive. So I've done the hydraulic booster upgrade, so I'm gonna actually jump on there and do that as well. I think you roll on at about 5 Ks, is that right? Do you know how that brake tester works?
Yeah.
You kind of roll on it.
You go a maximum of 5 kilometres.
Yeah.
And then it tells you on the screen to stop.
Hit the skids and then...
Yeah, so basically measures all 4. What it does is measure the actual brake force on each wheel, so you can easily diagnose if there's a sticky caliper or slides, or there's a major issue in the brake system.
Well, I'm not totally surprised. The way it's set up, how heavy it is, the big tyres, the brakes are a little bit underpowered for what it should be doing at the moment. For a start, I need to sort out the biasing. Something's going on between left and right, especially that front left.
Front axle, it actually tells you in Newton meters on each wheel.
Yeah.
There could be a possibility, maybe a slow reacting caliper.
Maybe a sticky piston in one of the calipers could be a problem. So I need to have a look at that. Can't believe the handbrake passed. Of all things. All right, so that's pretty much just a wrap up for what we're gonna do here today. So we've had the car up on the hoist, gone right through it, done a good service, and we've gone the extra length here. We're checking out the brakes as well. So really awesome to come in, check out what they do here. I had no idea they had so much stuff going on here, so it was awesome to check out. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I've just spent 3 months doing engine upgrades on my motor here, and I've been told I'm not allowed to turn the key until you press subscribe. Please press subscribe.